From being undisputably the worst team in 2024 to the best team in the East right now, the Pistons have went through the most emotional roller coaster in the NBA. First of all, Cade is playing like a top 10 player right now. The way he's able to operate the offense, the way he's able to dissect the defense, and his chemistry with Jaden Ivey, they're the best duo in the NBA. Yeah, I said it. Now look, Cade and Jaden Ivey have always been a great duo, but I think they really shined last season. The chemistry has always been on point. When Cade gets around his man, it's an automatic dump pass or lob to Jaden Ivey. They just have great chemistry. And look, Jaden Ivey in the middle of the floor, he knows how to attack that rim. He has a few moves in his bag, like a spin move or a floater, that could get him easy buckets. And he even has a little jump shot, which if Ivey can use that jump shot more, he could literally be unstoppable. But in terms of just the Pistons in general, I just want to give massive praise to this team. The Pistons went from 14 wins in the 2024 season to 44 wins in 2025. And now they have the best record in the East. And look, obviously, let's talk about last season. Last season was a major improvement. 2024 offseason, they fire Monty Williams, get him off the biggest contract in coach history. They bring in JD Bickerstaff, somebody who had a bad season with Cleveland. Obviously, the Cavs were looked at as one of the teams who were supposed to be on top of the East. They lose to the Celtics in 5. They go to 7 with the Orlando Magic, very questionable. JD Bickerstaff, he gets fired, but he goes to the Pistons, and all credit to JD Bickerstaff, completely changes the culture. Coming off the worst season in Pistons history, not only did JD Bickerstaff make them a top 6 seed, but he also got them to the playoffs in 4-6 against the Knicks, which they very well could have won if Cade Cunningham was better at closing games. No disrespect to him, or if it wasn't for a few controversial calls. Now look, I also want to give praise to the Pistons GM. It is not easy making these choices and these decisions these last few years, but having good drafts like getting Marcus Sasser, who dropped a few 30 bombs in his rookie season. Ron Holland, a decent bench player who could drop 12 points off the bench, give you 15, even 20 on a good night. Getting Malik Beasley last season, who was a complete game changer. And getting Duncan Robinson in the offseason. These are huge acquisitions that completely changed the culture for the Pistons and made them a winning franchise. And look, when you talk about the Pistons, they haven't really been a relevant team since Blake Griffin was on there. And that was 2019. So when Blake left, they rebuilt it for a few years. They got Cade. Cade's rookie season, he looked solid. He looked pretty good. It was obvious that he was the main star, the main franchise player. In his sophomore year, he's injured for the whole season. Third season in the league, they're one of the worst teams in NBA history. 23-game losing streak. And then they fire Monty Williams, bring in Malik Beasley, bring in a few other role players, get Ron Holland in a draft, and they bring in JD Bickerstaff. And it's a completely new culture, a completely new team. And they just closed games way better. You didn't see Cade Cunningham forcing shots. You didn't see random role players on the Pistons bench who you probably couldn't name taking really bad shots. You saw them start to improvise more. You started to see more Cade and Ivey pick and rolls late in the clutch. And just overall making better decisions, not just throwing shit at the rim, but actually getting good shot selections and moving the ball when it mattered. And it led to more wins. That was their main problem in the season. They were historically terrible. They fixed it the next season. And now we get to this season where they're 8-2. It looks like they've completely remodeled their whole system. And Cade, he's playing like a top 10 NBA player right now. And more praise to Bickerstaff. One of the things he did when he joined the team was immediately change the defense. During their recent surge, they ranked among the top 10 teams in defensive rating. And look, that's huge. The Pistons were never really a good defensive team, even during the Cade stint. And that's why I want to give praise to JD Bickerstaff and the coaching staff for completely changing that factor and applying that good defense. Also, getting Asar Thompson in the draft, that was huge. Asar Thompson, unlike his brother, has a jump shot that he could utilize. And I think if the Pistons put him in more catch and shoot opportunities, he could become a really good 3-point shooter, or at least a really good catch and shoot 3-point shooter, which obviously that adds a lot to his game right now. especially because he's already an elite defender. And he's already very athletically gifted like his brother. So the fact that he has a jump shot, that can make him unguardable in the foreseeable future. And I want to give more praise to Cade. He took a large leap, averaging like 26.6 rebounds and 9 assists last year. This year, he's averaging almost 30 points. His improved efficiency, ability to carry the offense, make plays for others, and play with a stronger mindset contributes hugely. And look, the young core and alignment of the timeline for the Pistons has been A tier. Players like Jaden Ivey, Jalen Duren, Ron Holland, Isaiah Stewart, Marcus Sasser, they're all young, athletic, improving, and committed players. The front office assembled a roster that can grow together, which it reduces wasted years. And I want to get to the Cade and Jalen Duren pick and roll. It has been so good. They're running more modern actions, using their athleticism and skill sets to create mismatches. They're getting in transition, and they're attacking off the catch and drive, which is huge. For example, Duren has an elite pick and roll lob threat with Cunningham. It pretty much makes the duo unguardable. Now look, let's get to Cade's huge leap. His transformation is beyond insane. Look, his efficiency, it's insane. It's really good. He has better shooting splits than last season. He has really smart shot selection. He has very few forced turnovers, which that's a thing that a lot of point guards struggle with today. His handling with the ball has been very good, and his tenacity to carry this young team, deal with the roster flux. He's been through a lot, man. And his elite status, it's rising. He's from many points, moving from a promising to an impact star. Now look, I know some of y'all were scratching your heads when you heard me say Cade and Duren are the best duo in the NBA right now. But I'm being serious. Jalen Duren's screens, they're absolutely brutal. He sets wide, solid picks that force defenders to either switch or trail behind Cade. And look, Cade Cunningham's pacing is up there with SGA. He reads the defender, snakes through the lane, and he manipulates help defense like a vet. Also, Duren's athleticism, it makes every row a threat. He can lob, finish through contact, or slip to the rim in a half second. The spacing, with shooters like Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, when he's healthy, Duncan Robinson, Ron Holland, even sometimes Asar Thompson, and I'm probably forgetting about a few players. Teams just can't collapse on a pick and roll. And the chemistry, you can feel the trust. Cade will throw lobs that only Duren can get, and Duren's timing, it's perfect. Now look, if I had to briefly describe every player on the Pistons roster and what they bring, here's what it will be. Cade Cunningham is the engine, the floor general, the scorer, and emotional leader. Jalen Duren, he's the hammer, the rim protector, the lob threat, the offensive rebounder, and he's the soul of the paint. Jaden Ivey, the spark plug, brings pace and pressure off the dribble, and he's explosive in transition. Asar Thompson, a master defender, guards 1 through 4, slashes hard, and brings energy and hustle. Isaiah Stewart, very underrated, tough, fits very well with Jalen Duren, versatile defender who sets the tone physically, and even spaces the floor a bit now with his jump shot. Tobias Harris, veteran scorer and calming presence. He gives Cade a steady half-court option. And Marcus Sasser, fearless second unit scorer and perimeter defender. This mix, it gives the Pistons layers, a go-to star in Cade, an elite lob partner with Duren, and a fast guard in Jaden Ivey, and a wall of defenders around him. It makes the Pistons a really balanced team. But that's just my thoughts, man. I want to hear what y'all think. If y'all like my video, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I'm not SGA, but call me Mr. Consistent. And until later, I'll see you on Mars. Peace.
You telling me you falling out of love with me. Hope you can find someone to love you better than I did. Taking our memories on love and treating it like nothing. Taking our memories on love and treating it like gossip. It's my love for my grandmother make me gentle when I care for you. Tell me you're falling out of love, she's breaking my heart in two.